viewers. Time to tune in. Now another Sports Center. It's a movement.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of yours truly, The Touchdown with Doug Smith. Now, in this episode, I got my co-host in the house with me, Mike Williams, and we're going to kick it off with another undrafted free agent profile, okay? Now, we're doing this series. We're covering undrafted free agents throughout the entire NFL, and in this episode, we're going to take and talk about a 6'6" phenom. Man, just looking at his stats, and I'm going to put a few highlights here in the video. He goes by the name of TJ VASHER, undrafted free agent. Mike Williams, my co-host, take it away.
Yeah, man. The first thing you noticed, you named it, was his size, man. Dude is 6'6", ran a 4.48 40, so he has that good size, good speed. For me, looking at everything, watching him play, looking at his stats, etc., he never had like a phenomenal season. He never put together anything really much over 600 yards. This is my kind of take, and I don't like to give these like hot takes and stuff like that, man. But
yeah,
that receiver room is super deep. I think that's going to be too tough to crack. But what I do think they will do is I think they're going to try to, 6'6", 215, 4.48 40. I think they're going to have him put on a little bit of weight, and they're really weak at tight end. I think they might move this man over to tight end because think about that, 6'6", say he gets to 230. That's a matchup, and 4.48 speed. Like who can cover that? And the answer is not many people, because you got players like, George Kittle, Noah Fant, TJ Hawkinson, et cetera, that of that size and speed, and they create matchup problems. So I think if he could get on the field at that tight end position with CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, man, I wouldn't want to be the linebacker covering them, So I don't think he'll crack that receiver rotation, but I think Jerry Jones drafted him with maybe a tight end move in mind. I don't know that. I just think based on the size, speed, and kind of some of the stats he put up, I think he could be a problem in the middle of the field.
Hot take alert. Hot take alert. I love it, man. You bring up a good point, because they are stacked at the wide receiver position. I mean, not only is Dak Prescott, we might as well hand him the comeback player of the year award right now. I mean, look at all he's been through. I mean, God rest his precious brother's soul. All the stuff he's gone through, and they had contract negotiations even before that. Just a lot of stuff took and happened. And this be like, okay, you hear stories that he's healing good, everything's looking good. He'll be starting hopefully week 1. If not, probably sometime the first quarter of the season. But man, you got Zeke Elliott. I mean, oh man, Cowboys are coming with the vengeance, man. They had a fantastic draft. I love what they did on defense, man. Jerry Jones might be finally doing something right. I never thought I'd say that. We'll see. But yeah, the guy is absolute phenom. I'm gonna post a few highlights here in the video and stuff down below. But yeah, his stats they're nothing to be like, oh wow about. But man, you get that guy in certain situations. I mean, he has hands like Odell Beckham. He has size like a Calvin Johnson. And again, if he packs on, let's say another 20 pounds, 15 pounds, even at that, who's to say he can't play tight end? Who's to say they have a need there? I mean, they have a decent guy there right now, but man, this is the NFL, son. You could get your spot taken.
And we see teams do it all the time, man. They'll take a risk on somebody who's never played football. Like, hey, man, this guy's athletic. He played basketball. He did well. I mean, Antonio Gates is a guy like that, right? He turned into one of the best tight ends ever.
Oh, yeah.
But we see teams will take risks like that on guys who never played, but they got the athletic profile. So I think if you have a guy like TJ VASHER who has experience and he has that athletic profile, all he really has to do is learn how to block. No block linemen, because blocking obviously corners, linebackers is way different than blocking D tackles, D ends. But I think if he could if he does pack on the weight, learns that, working that guy in the middle of the field, man, that could be an absolute nightmare. Who wants to see somebody 6'6", 4.8 speed running right up the middle at him? And they have like 3 number 1 receivers on that team. They got Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Gallup, who I think on most teams could be a number 1, low end number 1, high end number 2. So I just feel like, man, like Dak's gonna be a good fantasy quarterback this year, man.
Yeah. Oh, I'm drafting him. And I'm terrible at fantasy, so I need to come up this year. Awesome. Mike, thank you so much for your hot take. Thank you so much for coming on the show today as well, too. And now you guys are watching this video. I'm going to need your help here, okay? I'm going to need you guys to, number one, hit that subscribe button because this show was awesome. Now, please know that I cover the entire NFL, okay? So I do videos like this all the time, okay? But make sure you go down below, drop a comment. Let us know if you agree, disagree, you think even if he's going to make the team or not. Question of the day. Go ahead and answer that down below. And also as well, go ahead, hit that like button, that alert button so you can know when my videos drop. And I'll catch you next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Peace.
Time to tune in. Now another sports center. It's a movement.